What's up, it's you, for today's video with a full Pseudo Fire-type Pokemon team. Now, we've done a couple of Pseudos series the last couple of weeks. Now we're going to be continuing with a Fire-type team. Now, these are Pokemon I feel could definitely have a Fire-type to them. And let me know if you agree with my picks, or you could have added someone else in. Let me know. Now, of course, I'm basing it off the Pokemon that are in the game. If you do want to come and follow me on Twitch, people, this is where I do all my live Pokemon sweeps, theme teams, all other forms of salty entertainment. And of course, if you miss a salt, it's not my fault. Now, all three of the battles I have today, these were all on the Wycom. If you were one of my opponents, please let me know in the comment section of the video, especially one of them. You'll get to see why. So, the first Pokemon that we got is Lapras, and I've got the Fire Electric as Heloise. So I thought this would be quite a good pick as a Fire-type Pseudo Pokemon, right? Now, it does learn a lot of Fire-type moves. We've got Fire Punch and Sunny Day. I tried to include Fire-type moves on all of my Pokemon where possible. And it literally has a frill neck lizard, which looks like a sun, right? And it's also got a sunny-based ability, solar power too. So I'm obviously running that one, which is going to be really good with the Fizzle set, right? So we got the Leafon coming in here. I guess they got into Leafon because I looked at their team preview before, and I really didn't think Lapras was going to obviously stay in for an electric type move. They probably thought I was going to go for a Thunder or something. However, I'm running a physical Heloise. Let me give you a load of this one. So we got Sunny Day, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Low Kick, right? We got Max Speed and Max Attack, and I've got Adamant Nature here. Now, they've got a Leafon, and it's actually a special set. It's got the Giga Drain and Leftover too. So let me put it to you straight. Leafon's special attack is about as good as the Heloise attack, right? Now, Leafon's going to be swapping out here, right? And we got the Morpeko coming in. So it's like, okay, I might be able to hit this with the Low Kick. Then I could go for a Fire Punch too. Both of them will be doing, a fair bit of damage right here. So I've got Solar Power as the ability purely for a meme, right? Now, the things I do for your people, so I have to give it a done ability just for the Steam team, right? Because I'm running a Fizzle set, obviously. So go for that Fire Punch there. It does very, very good damage to Morpeko, and Morpeko is going to run on its little hamster wheel, and that's going to be enough to take your boy out. But it did some pretty good damage there on the Leafon, and of course on the Morpeko as well. So bye-bye Heloise, a good start to the battle. And the Morpeko's also got leftovers too, so we've got Leafon and the Morpeko with leftovers as the item. Now, Morpeko's going to change into another form there, and we're going to go into a Fire Ice Pokemon. Now, we've got this as Darmanitan. Now, I deliberately did this for Darmanitan, right, because its Zen mode is Fire and Ice. So I thought, well, it sort of makes sense that its normal form would be Fire and Ice as well, unless it can suddenly start breathing fire after it changes form. But yeah, I thought that'd be an interesting sort of thing where it just starts off as Fire and Ice. Obviously, its stats can still change, but yeah, let me know what you think. So we got the Fire Blast and Blizzard set here. It was an absolute horrible set. The other move is Grass Knot. So obviously its special attack is absolute hot smoking trash, and that's purely why I want to use, right? So Zen mode is going to trigger there, and we're going to get a big flaming nose, right? Now in comes the Lapras here, and Lapras is going to be able to take this fairly well. I mean, I've got Grass Knot, which will probably be about 3 to 4 hit KO, and I've got Fire Blast as well. So go for the Grass Knot. They're hoping for as much damage as possible, and it actually does very good damage considering, right? So Hydro Pump is going to Hydro Miss there on my Darmanitan. Now I was thinking, is it going to have actually take me out in the sun? And, is it going to have another coverage move then? So they went for Hydro Pump. It's like, okay, maybe they don't have any other moves. So go for the Fire Blast here on the Lapras. Does around the same as the Grass Knot. And now it's going to go for the Hydro Pump again. And that is going to take my Darmanitan Galar out there with a critical hit. That was Max Speed and Max Special Attack, Modest Nature. Now, Lapras, I notice, also has leftovers. Wait, what is it? Leafon's got leftovers, Morpeko's got leftovers, and Lapras has got leftovers. Is this a full leftovers team? Like, this is straight up a random person too. Maybe they're running I don't know, leftovers at every single one of their Pokemon. We'll have to see. So the next Pokemon I'm going to swap in here is my Solrock. I believe this definitely should be a Fire and Rock type. It's literally the sun, right? So we got Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Weather Ball, and Meteor Beam. So quite a few things to do with the weather with its moves there too. And this set is pretty fun. So we got Max Special Attack, and I've also got Max Speed, and I've got Modest Nature. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for the Meteor Beam. I've got the Power Herb as the item, which is going to give me a boost in Special Attack, and it's also going to activate right away. Now, I did obviously have the shiny versions just for a little bit more aesthetics as well for the Fire-type team, if you did notice on the Heloise and the Solrock too. So Lapras is going to get destroyed there, and that is a very, very good threat out the way. I didn't really want to have to deal with Lapras G-Max. That would have been nasty. So the next Pokemon, speaking of nasty, is the Spectra. I am probably going to get destroyed by the thing, but I thought, let's get one move off against it and try and get some sort of a damage rate. and it's going to destroy me with one Shadow Ball. So bye-bye Solrock, but Solrock does come back, and it does do some mighty damage in the next couple of battles there. So we got a special attack raise on the Spectra. I've only got one Pokemon to come in, and that is Moltres. So we got this as Fire Duck, and it's got Fiery Wrath, right? Now this learns no other Fire-type move, so I gave it Fiery Wrath, and I gave Facade holding a Flame Orb. That's all I could do. It learns no fire moves at all, which is really, really strange. I definitely believe this should be a fire and dark type. So we got the Zamazenta just sliding right in here. I went for Protect there because sometimes you need to use protection and, you know, check what the other Pokemon's moves are, right? So going for a double Protect there just to see what they're going to do to my Moltres here. And they've got close combat. So I'm like, okay, I do need to save Moltres for that Spectra though, because that's going to be really nasty once my Moltres is out of the way. And I don't want to sack it off just yet. So swapping out the Moltres, right, and going into Groudon. We've got Groudon as fire and ground. I always thought this would be a fire type Pokemon. Obviously the Mega is, but I wanted, not the Mega, the Primal. Man, that's how long Megas have been away for. Like, it's been so long, people. And we got the Behemoth Bash on the swap in. Now, Groudon's pretty thick on the defensive side, even though I'm running more of a sweeping set. So I tried to make a fun set on Groudon, so I used my special Groudon. We got Fire Blast, Eruption, Solar Beam, and Earth Power. Trying to make, you know, stuff based around the weather too. So we got the Zamazenta obviously swapping out there. They don't want to get hit by any fire-type moves at all. And we got the Spectra coming in. That was a really, really interesting swap to me, right? Very, very interesting. Like, why would you swap in the Pokemon? Like, if I was running a physical set, that would have been gone already. Like, I don't understand that swapping at all, but they were just lucky I was running a special set, right? So I thought about going for Dynamax here and living the Shadow Ball if they were going to go for that. I was like, nah, I'll just bring the Moltres again. I won't waste my Dynamax. So here comes the Shadow Ball, and it lived on 7 health. That was very, very nice there. Firing off another Fire Blast, and Spectra is going to be going down. That's very good getting rid of that. So there's a Leaf on Light. And there's a Zamazenta. There's one more Pokemon, and that is Charizard. And man, it's just the normal Charizard. Man, I wish I could see a shiny Charizard one day that's, you know, not hacked. So here we go. We got the Charizard. Go for the Solar Beam here, and they're going to make use of my Drought and go for Solar Beam right away. And Groudon is not going to be liking that one on 7 health. So bye-bye Groudon. But it did a very good job getting around Spectra, because that was a very, very threatening Pokemon, right? Now, that is going to have Solar Power as the ability, which is quite ironic for the Steam team, right? Obviously, it's being a fire type, so it doesn't really count. Wait, that had leftovers as well. All of these Pokemon have leftovers. I may have missed Zamazenta. They've got, you know what, Zamazenta's got a shield and it's got leftovers, all right? Only up in my channel. So I'm going to go back into the Moltres here. I definitely have to go for a Desperation Dynamax here. I think maybe I can live the next attack, right? Get a Berserk up. And then I could try and take the Charizard out. Then all I'd have left is like the Leaf on, which I doubt would come in. And then the Zamazenta. The Zamazenta is the problem at the moment. So we're going to go into Dynamax Moltres there. It's so weird. It's covered in flames and it's not a fire type. I mean, I'm trying to think of some other pseudo fire type Pokemon. I believe I really did. Out of all the pseudo teams, I believe all these picks were spot on. Anyway, so we're going to get a Berserk from the Charizard, which is very nice there. I'm going to go for the Max Airstream because I want to outspeed the Charizard because I thought, I don't believe I'll be able to take it out in one shot, and I don't want to get hit by 2 Fire Blasts, right? So it's just going to live there. Solar Power is going to kick in, and it's going to go down back to the naughty hack lab. Now, there's 2 Pokemon left, the Leaf Orb, which is definitely not coming in, unless they want to stall out my Dynamax, which they're not going to do. So next one is Zamazenta here. So Zamazenta, I don't have a lot to hit with it. I've got Max Airstream, and that's it. Now, even with +1 and Special Attack, this is not going to be doing a lot of damage. I've got Max Speed and Max Special Attack. It's Fiery Wrath Air Slash set with a Facade and Life Orb. It was a giant meme, basically. The move that Zamazenta obviously is going to use against me is Behemoth Bash. I always found the animation for this funny against like a Dynamax Pokemon. Like, it's this tiny like Pokemon just smashing. And the Moltres is going to go down. I can't believe that does so much damage. So bye-bye Moltres, but you did a very good thing there, taking the Charizard out and putting a serious dent in the Zamazenta. Now, the last Pokemon is Fire Steel, and that is Solgaleo. I always thought this would be a Fire-type Pokemon and Fire Steel. Obviously, I'm using this shiny for some aesthetics for this team too. So we've got Flare Blitz and Iron Head. It's a scummy set. And we've also got Endure and Endeavor with a Rocky Helmet. So just absolutely destroying Zamazenta with a Flare Blitz. Obviously, that Sun Boost is going to be very nice too. So bye-bye Zamazenta. The last Pokemon is Leafon, and I've easily got this one in the bag. Unless Leafon's got Chlorophyll, and it outspeeds me here, and it's obviously not going to have Chlorophyll, so it's got Leaf Guard, and Leafon is going to go down there. So that, my friends, is the very first battle. A kind of an interesting team by my opponent there. A couple of, with the special Leafon, and like nearly all of them had leftovers. I could have sworn they nearly all had leftovers there. Whoever that was, thank you for the battle if you do ever watch this video, and let's get on to battle number 2. This is a battle against your boy Rom here, and this is a pretty interesting battle as well. Now, the first Pokemon here we got against my Fire-type team is a Torkoal, and it had Drown. I'm like, man, this is really, really good. Now, I started off with a Solrock, because in the team preview, I'm thinking, I believe they're probably going to start off with a Torkoal, right? If I was using their team, that's probably what I wanted to do too. So, I was like, Solrock would be a great start here. I can go for Meteor Beam, and I can hit this very, very hard straight away with the Power Herb activation. Torkoal's better on the defensive side, so if, Torkoal does stay into this, it's going to hit it very, very hard, or I can one-shot. I believe I had a very good chance of one-shotting at this stage. Give me a nice little early lead there. So Torkoal is going to get absolutely obliterated, and that is one Pokemon down for me. Now, I can actually go for a Weather Ball here, which will turn into a Fire-type move. So I tried to make all of them have at least one Fire-type move, except for Moltres, right? But it's got Fiery Wrath and it's got Flame Orb Facade, right? So you've got to give me some points for that. So in comes a Venusaur. I'm thinking here, well, what I'm going to do, right, I believe they'll probably just live a Weather Ball, just really badly, because Venusaur kind of thick, right? And it'll outspeed me with Chlorophyll, right? So I won't even get a chance to attack this thing. It's going to drop me with one Solar Beam, right? Or a Giga Drain, or an Energy Ball. So I decided to go for the Dynamax Solrock here. I believe I can leave Venusaur's attack and then hit it with a Weather Ball, right? Now, even though when you're in Dynamax, right, it said Max Strike, it's still going to be a Fire-type move, right? Once again, I was talking about this the other day. It should say Max Strike and have, like, as a Fire-type move, right? So, as I thought, they're going to go for the Energy Ball. If I didn't Dynamax then, the sun definitely would have set, and the Venusaur is going to go down to the Weather Ball there, or the Max Flare. So, that was an absolutely incredible lead there, given by the Solrock, right? Next Pokemon is Dragovish. I've never seen this used in a Pokemon battle in my life. It's going to go for Fishious Wren. Wow. Wow, I always see Water Gun Dragovish, like, that's so rare. So Solrock is going to fake there, but man, it gave me such a great, lead to the battle. I know I did Dynamax, but I was happy with the Pokemon that I took out there. Now we're going to go into Groudon. Now, Groudon can't do a lot to this thing. All I can do is go for Earth Power. I do outspeed, so I'd say they're running Choice Band, and I do around half health, right? Now, since it went second and the sun's up and Groudon's a pretty big unit in defense, it doesn't quite do as much damage I'd say they would have hoped there. So now they're going to go for the Dynamax to live my Earth Power and try to take me out with their Water-type move. Now, the only thing about this, right, is they are definitely going to be able to get an attack off. They will get rid of the sun, too, so I need to try and set the sun up at some stage if I don't have my Groudon around. Normally, I did that with, like, Solrock or Groudon and Healowis, right? So Earth Power's going to do only a tiny bit of damage there, and here comes the Max Guys. I was wondering if I'd actually be able to live this. I was like, I reckon I'll be able to live this one, and I did on 23 health, which is really, really good there. Now, Dragovish did take a bit of damage from my Earth Power before, and I believe the next one should almost be enough to take it out. So I go for Earth Power, and Dragovish is going to go down. So that was very, very good right there. I guess the difference... I really guess the difference between my Dynamax and their Dynamax, even both of them were very short-lived, I did a lot more with my Dynamax than they did, right? So out comes the Togekiss there. I'm going to go for a Fire Blast in the rain, only up in my shadow, and Togekiss is going to go for the Air Slash here. I didn't really want to swap into any other Pokemon. Like, you don't know what it's going to be, like... It could be like some scummy set, or just do like a really good amount of damage to one of my incoming Pokemon. So I thought, let's go into the Healowis here. I was a little bit worried about one Pokemon coming in here, so I decided to go for Thunder Punch in case, and it didn't take the Togekiss out, but it did very, very good damage, and I got a Paralyze. I was really happy about that. Now, whether this has Aura Sphere or not is going to be another thing, and it didn't. They're going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, and I'm going to be able to live that one, which is really good. So go for a second Thunder Punch, and the Togekiss is going to go down. Now, I thought there might be one Pokemon that would come into that, which tells me that it didn't quite have the ability that I thought it could have, right? Now, the rain is going to dry up there, and the next Pokemon to come in is Marowak. Now, I thought this would come in with the Lightning Rod. I was like, maybe they still have it, they're just trolling me, but they don't. So Thunder Punch is a 3-hit KO, and I get another Paralyze. Man, that's pretty nice there. Have to agree with that, right? So here we got a Bone Rush set, and Bone Rush is going to land, and my Healowis is going to go down. But Healowis did, once again, a very good job there. I've taken, 4 Pokemon out, and, I've damaged the Marowak. Next Pokemon to come in here is my Fire and Dark type. Moltres can go for its Fiery Wrath, which is... It's a fire type move, right? And Marowak is most definitely going to be going down to that one, right? So I've got one more Pokemon left, and they've got no Dynamax, which is, pretty good for me, right? So Flame Orb is going to kick in there, and the last Pokemon they got is Darmanitan. So when you look at their team, they're actually running a pretty dang good team when you think about it, right? So they've got, they don't have a special Darmanitan for sure. They're going to take me out with just the Guerrilla Tactics, the Snorfest, Icicle Crash. So bye-bye Moltres, but that's okay. I've still got 2 Pokemon remaining, right? So here I'm thinking, let's go into Fire Steel. I'm going to keep my Darmanitan in the back. I want to see if this is actually Guerrilla Tactics or Zen mode, right? So I thought, well, I can go for Endure here. If they are running a Zen mode, a Guerrilla Tactics Choice Band set, this will actually put them down on 1 health. Then I probably should nearly be able to take them out with the Rocky Helmet and the Recall, right? So they're going to take some Rocky Helmet damage. They're going to take some Recall there, which is nice. And they've got the leftovers out. Man, everyone's got leftovers. It's a leftovers kind of day, right? So go for Flare Blitz there. I'm going to outspeed them. And that is the Darmanitan down. And that is the second battle. I was thinking about going for the Endure and the Endeavor, but I didn't think it'd be worth it there. Like, not worth the risk, right, where I can just attack. And I believe that Darmanitan was Zen mode too. So thank you for the battle, Rom, if you ever watched this video. And I'm going to go on to the third and final battle here. And this one was against Reggie. So when I seen the thing, I was like, man, are they going to stack up the Reggie's team or what, right? So we're on the Fairy type field this time. Now, the first Pokemon to come out is Heat Rounds. Like, okay, it's another Fire type. Now, if this had Flash Fire, it was going to be nasty, right? Because I had to take this out. Then I'm thinking, wait, I can go for Low Kick, Physical Heal. This is going to be content, right? I didn't think it would take out 1 hit, but it actually does very, very good damage when you think about it, right? So taking some damage there from the Life Orb, and Heat Ram was always going to go for a Stealth, right? Usually when you see them as a starting lead, it's going to be bulky defensive, and it's going to go for Stealth, right? Unless they've got some sort of Choice Scarf meme set, right? Or Choice Specs. So I'm going to go for another Low Kick there. Unfortunately, it doesn't take it out, and Heat Ram doesn't obviously have any investment in its special attack, and that was the reason Healowis was able to live there. The thing about this is I am going to go down to the Life Orb anyway, so bye-bye Heat Ram, but, Healowis took Heat Ram out, so I'm going to take that as a win there. And also, I won't have a Pokemon that can just freely swap in with Flash Fire, because that'd be really, really bad. It's time for Solrock, people. Solrock was the absolute unit in the last battle. Let's see what it can do in this game. Now, my opponent had actually quite an interesting team. They had a team that was sort of based around weather, kind of like mine. Now, we got the Alola Ninetales here, right? They're going to have that Hail Up. I'm like, okay, they're definitely going to go for the Veil straight off the bat, right? That's obvious. Now, they managed to get the Veil off because Solrock is slower, so I thought, let's go for Sunny Day here. Let's get the sun up, and then I can go for Meteor Beam. I don't think Ninetales is going to be able to one-shot my Solrock. Sure, it's going to be able to hit me fairly hard, but I do believe it won't take me out. And I believe Meteor Beam will do a fair chunk of damage to it. However, they're going to be swapping out here, and Clefable is going to be coming in. This thing was really, really special defensive and just bulky all round, right? So going for my Meteor Beam here, giving myself a +1 in special attack. That's if this Clefable was Magic Guard or unaware. I started to feel like after my first Meteor Beam that it was definitely unaware. So this would be a big, big problem, right? Especially when you're running like, when you're running meme sets and there's a ridiculously bulky Pokemon and you're sort of struggling for a bit of damage, right? So that did nothing. It's like, wow, this is going to be super, super hard to get out. Now what they're going to do, they use Clefable as a sponge for the Solrock's attack. They're going to swap back in their Alola Ninetales. Obviously now they know that I can't go for Meteor Beam again. I've got to wait 2 turns. And they're going to get the Hail up again there, right? So I was thinking, let's go for a Weather Ball here with a Hail. I might as well get some sort of damage on the Ninetales and see what other moves it's got. I was assuming just Blizzard and Moonblast and Veil, right? So I'm going to get hit by the Hail at this stage. I'm thinking maybe I should go for Sunny Day again. So they swapped out their Ninetales, and they're going to go into Arctivish. So obviously they've got a Slush Rush set here. Now, I was going to ruin their plans with the Sunny Day, so I'm going to set the Sunny Day up again. I was thinking to myself, if I can actually get rid of this Ninetales, if I can get rid of the Ninetales or the Clefable, that is Clefable was actually, like, as I was doing the battle, right, I was actually figuring out that Clefable was really the backbone to their team there, swapping and taking in all the big hits. So if I could somehow get rid of that, I really feel like I could, you know, get around this Ninetales, right? So going for the Solar Beam there, Fish's Rend is going to go second, and that is not going to do as much damage as they obviously hope for. And Sorrow is actually able to live that and get 2 Solar Beams off against the Arctovish. Now, this is a 3-hit KO against the Arctovish. I thought, okay, well, it doesn't matter if I don't take it out, because I can just swap in another Pokemon and take it out on a low amount of health. However, Solrock gets a lucky critical hit there, and that is going to take it out. But it didn't really change the course of the battle too much. Arctovish wasn't going to be outspeeding anything. Plus, they were actually able to swap in their Ninetales again and set the hail up. So, in a way, that actually kind of worked out better for them, right? So the critical hit didn't really matter much at all. So now Ninetales have got the hail up again. They're finally going to start attacking my Sorrow, because, you know, obviously it's enough range for them to take out. And Solrock goes down. But once again, Solrock did a wonderful job in this battle. So let's go into Fire Ice, which is my Darmanitan. So it's like, okay, I might be able to get some Fire Blast damage, right? So once again, Ninetales is going to be swapping out. They're basically just conserving it. Now, a very, very interesting play here was to swap in the Frost. I was like, man, that was an interesting play. So I went for the Substitute here. I've got the sub up, and I can go for the Fire Blast here, right? And I've got free sub, and the Veil's gone. So they went for Will-O-Wisp. I was like, that's a very, very strange play why they go for Will-O-Wisp. Now, I was either going to chalk it down to 2 things. They misclicked, or they did it on purpose, right? So Fire Blast does pretty good damage to them, and they went for the Decibon. So, okay, they definitely went for Will-O-Wisp, just to sort of bait me into going for an attacking move and taking me out. But once again, I could have easily been running a physical set there, which would obviously drop them in one shot. But maybe they had a sash anyway, right? So it didn't matter too much. So Frost Sash is going to be going down there. And of course, my Darmanitan is going to be going down as well. So Substitute doesn't protect you from the Destiny Bond. So things are going pretty good at the moment. And we're going to have the Ninetales coming out again. It's like, okay, Ninetales are going to be freely spamming Blizzard. I think that it's time to set up the sun with my Groudon here, right? Now, Groudon is going to be pretty good against Ninetales. Ninetales is not going to be like versing a Groudon all. So I thought, I know what they're going to go into. The only Pokemon they can truly go into here is going to be the Clefable. And this Clefable is very, very bulky. Like, this is a special Groudon. So it's not hitting like super duper duper hard, right? Like a normal, you know, sweaty physical one would. So go for the Outrage. Not the Outrage, the Eruption. And it does very good damage. So I was actually pretty proud of that. But just looking at the damage that it did to Clefable, I was like, nah, the next one won't take it out. And they're probably just going to go for Soft Boiled or something like that. So I just wanted to see what the rest of their set was. Go for the Eruption, and they hang on by a slither of health and get the Wish off. Now, right here, I was thinking, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to go for Protect, and they're going to get all the health back with Wish, and they're going to try and stall my Sun out. I'm not going to let them do that. I'm going to go for the Dynamax right here and get through their possible Protect. Look, if I'm wrong about Protect, I've wasted probably 1 turn of Dynamax, but if I'm not wrong about the Protect, I've actually stopped them from healing up their Clefable right here. So go for the Dynamax Groudon. It's not often that I would do this, right? So enjoy it and relish this moment. And I went for the Max Flare, and they actually going to go for Protect exactly like I thought here on 1 health, practically 1 health there. And so I'm going to go for the Max Flare there. Even they use Protect, they're on a low amount of health, and Clefable is going to go down there. So that was an excellent prediction there. And they can no longer use Clefable to swap into any of one of my attacks there. And of course, they baby bottled there at the end because they got outplayed and outpredicted. Thank you for watching, people. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.